see, I have a little bit of a collection of flower bouquets from the weddings that I was involved in over the years. I really like to be able to save mementos from certain occasions, so I'm really glad to have been able to save all these bouquets because they are just so pretty, especially after them being dried. You can really tell the difference and the themes and the colors between each wedding. This bouquet is from my beautiful friend Heather's wedding. Her theme was mint, and it had a lot of roses and beautiful white flowers in it. This bouquet is from my beautiful sister-in-law's wedding. She had a coral and a rustic and navy blue theme. Now this bouquet is for my friend Miri's wedding. She kept the white on the handle, but her wedding really involved very deep purples, and it was very floral. This bouquet is from my lovely friend Amy's wedding. Her theme color was like a rustic blue, very neutral, muted color. It was very classy. This bouquet was from my gorgeous sister Maria's wedding. She stuck with roses. She's always been a fan of roses. And while we had white roses, she had a big red bouquet of roses. Now, you may notice that I did not include my own wedding bouquet, and that's because I made a large mistake for preserving my bouquet by not preparing it before I left for my honeymoon, 2 days after the wedding. I put it in a bag. It was a cascading bouquet, and with those, you can't quite hang them the same way you do with the rest of the bouquets, and so I didn't take the proper precautions, and I came back, and my bouquet had mold all over it. I can't blame anybody but myself there. My own dodo move. But I was able to save and preserve a couple of the flowers from the bouquet, but I wasn't able to save the whole thing. But at least I have a couple of keepsakes. I grabbed one flower of each, each kind, each color from my bouquet, and I have that saved, along with his boutonniere. So the process that I use for all these bouquets, it's really, really simple. It's very basic. You'll probably find other ways to do this on YouTube as well, but I just chose the most basic, simple way. I simply wrapped the stem of the bouquet in string, and I hung it upside down in my closet, and you do that for 1 to 2 months. I usually do it for 2 months to make sure that it's completely dried, and I put it in my closet where there's no kind of breeze. It's nice and cool. The sun won't affect it. The sun won't shine on it so that it changes any of the colors. And it will just stay there until all the leaves and the stems are completely dried out. This process usually takes 1 to 2 months. I usually go for 2 months just to be safe. And it's really simple. And afterwards, all you do is you can either leave it as is, which is, it leaves it a little delicate, but if you choose to spray it with something, then I would choose to spray it with, you can do a clear enamel. I choose a satin enamel so that it doesn't turn the leaves all glossy. Or you can get a glossy finish if you like that shiny finish. Or I use a varnish that artists use for their canvases when they completely finish their paintings. But if you don't have any of those, then you can simply just spray it with hairspray. It's the same concept. The only difference is hairspray doesn't have any UV protection. So if you have it sitting out and the sun may shine on it, then the sun might change the colors of the flowers. So next, I'll just visually show you how I had actually dried this bundle of lavender.
When I got this bouquet, I had it in a flower vase on display in my kitchen. I started to notice it was drying up and dying, so that's when I decided to dry and preserve it because it's so pretty. I removed it from the vase and realized that mold was growing on the stems. So before moving on, I wanted to remove as much of this as I could. First, I put on a mask and goggles so I wasn't exposed to the mold. Safety first, you guys. I put down some paper towels and untied the twine it came with. Then I used a wet old toothbrush to gently brush off the moldy parts. I let that dry for a few hours, and then I tied it back together tightly with the twine. I knotted white string around the lavender, then I cut a few feet of the string. I have a wire closet system in my studio, so it was pretty easy for me to tie this in my closet. If you don't have something to easily tie it to a clothes hanger. And please don't judge me for my messy closet. Grazie. You want to tie the bouquet upside down so the flowers and leaves dry in an upright position and they don't flatten. I like to wrap the excess string around the shelf as well because I think it helps keep the bouquet stable. I left it undisturbed for almost 2 months. Before I cut the string, I felt the whole thing to make sure both the top and the bottom of it was completely dry. Then I cut the string around the bouquet, brushed off some flyaway pieces at the bottom, and admired it. It still smelled amazing, and the colors were still so vivid. I plan to get a cute display vase and put it in my bathroom as decoration. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. We love you. Bye. Oh, yeah, go.